Time for the lightweight final now. Julio González of Cuba in blue, the reigning World Cup champion, against Rudolph of Germany. A quick look at how they both got to this particular stage of the competition. In the semi-finals, Rudolph accounted for Bruno Vartel of France by 12 points to 8. And in a real battle, González took on Toncho Tonchev of Bulgaria, beating 17 points to 10. Round one, Rudolph in red, González in blue. Cuba against Germany, and very little love lost between these two boxing nations, Barry.
Yes. Yeah, they certainly have been a great deal of animosity amongst them during this competition itself. But the Cuban looked fantastic in the semi-final. He was down in the first round when it looked like he was almost going to be out against the Bulgarian, and he came roaring back to win the next 4 rounds conclusively. The German, I thought, was lucky in the semi-final, but there you have it. He's boxing pretty well in this, the opening round.
He's got in a couple of good, clean early shots, Rudolph.
González is extremely tall for a lightweight division. He must be 6 feet tall, and for weighing 9 stone 7 or 133 pounds is quite incredible. 132 actually. But the German's just forcing him back, and again he's landing more solid blows. Hands very wide apart. You can just see how little interest they have in watching the body. Look at how wide apart the German's arms are. Solar plexus is wide open. And the Cuban not working on the body at all, just banging away to the head.
Which is unusual for Cuban boxers.
Yes, indeed. He's been taken out of his stride here. He's weak for the lightweight division. He's tall and rangy, but he's weak. He's not a hard puncher. And the German's just walking on top of him.
Well, almost exaggerated respect being shown by both these boxers towards each other in this opening round. Good round for the German.
Yeah, that's a good round for the German. He looked in control there, no doubt about that.
Rudolph,
more solid blows.
24 years of age, from the former German Democratic Republic, East Germany as was, and a former GDR champion. Took a gold medal at the World Championships in 1991 in Sydney, and a silver medal in the 92 Olympics. In fact, Barry, in the Olympic final, he got beaten by Oscar de la Hoya.
Well, there you go. He's very strong indeed, and he looks like an East German boxer, very focused, and he sticks to his game plan every time. Against de la Hoya was very tall and rangy, almost like González in style. Very quick hands, and probably a little bit stronger than González, but he's coping with González. Rudolph won that round for me, and he's in the driving seat.
Yes, and me.
Round
subscribe
2.
to that view. Second round, Rudolph of Germany in red, González of Cuba in blue.
Cuba needs to get his punches going a little bit better. Try and keep it at long range. He's got an excellent jab, but he's not working and he's not using it. He's trying to fight the Germans fight, and you've got to hand credit to Rudolph for that. He's making a Cuban fight the way he likes to fight. Got to keep him at the end of a long jab, snap it out, snap his head back, and then quickly bang over that right hand. Oh, that's a good uppercut from the Cuban. Beautiful short uppercut. But again, you've got to say the German looks in control here, Jeff. He just looks a little bit more in control, looks better presence in the ring. And there's little between him in this round. Cuban's boxing better, but the German's still right in front of him.
Yes, González is one of the lesser lights, one of the unsung men in the Cuban team. And it's not fighting with the sparkle that we've seen from him in the earlier rounds. Rudolph's fighting very well.
Yeah, Rudolph's hurt him there. He's hurt him a few times with the right hand. Good right hand from the Cuban. That's a beautiful shot now. That's a good long-range right hand. There's the sort of punches he should be landing. Keeping the fight at long distance. and just whacking out those long, straight, accurate punches. It's better stuff from him. And he's hurt the German, Dave.
I think you're right. He beat a German fighter, an East German fighter in the last World Cup final, and he suddenly seems to have got Rudolph's measure. But there's only
good left hook
15 seconds left in round 2. Not much time for him.
This is a much better round from the Cuban. He's winning this round. There's a bit of the referee's telling off the Cuban corner. The problem is there's lots of the Cuban boxers about 10 feet back in the corner, and the corner are getting blamed for it.
The entire team's round the Cuban corner. The entire German team is round the German corner. And we've got cheers and counter cheers and boos and
that's a
all
Cuban's
the rest
round.
of it. Good atmosphere.
Yes, the Cuban's round, Dave, in my opinion. My humble opinion.
It's not humble, I agree with you. I'll go along with that. Julio González and Marco Rudolph. Marco Rudolph beat Kazorian of Armenia on points in the first round. Then Osaji of Nigeria, 10-9. Quarterfinals, Kalabiev of Kazakhstan, 8-5. And then Bruno Vartel of France, 12 points to 8. Close contest, that could have gone either way. Went the Germans' way. And Julio González, first round beat Victor of Indonesia, 10-2. Then Joe Zabak of Australia, 21-7. In the quarterfinals, Sultani of Algeria, 12-9. And then Tonchev, the tongue-twisting Bulgarian. I'm glad he's out, 17 points to 10 in the semi-finals. The reigning World Cup champion against a former world champion in the shape of Rudolph.
Round 3.
Very delicately balanced.
Yes, indeed. The Cuban has come into the fight more in the second round, but he did take chances, and he was really putting himself forward and leaving himself open and fighting Rudolph's fight. But he did land a couple of really solid right hands. Oh, it was nailed again.
Good left hook from the German.
Yeah, body shots now coming a little bit too late. Oh, beautiful
nice
right
right
hand.
Well, they're swapping heavy shots in this third round. Another good shot goes in from González's right hand. Something to bounce off Rudolph. Strong man.
Rudolph coming right back in and banging in the right hand. González right on the button, right above our heads. This is a very even round again, Dave.
To see Hernandez pick up the speed a little bit. That's good body shot.
As González is he's just inclined to, as I say, fall into the German trap. It's a very even round again. Good right hand from González. He's really getting that right hand. He's working a beauty for him. Should be pulling in the left uppercut. It's a big, long, looping punch. He should pull in that left uppercut afterwards.
Smear of blood now under the Cuban's nose. Round 3, coming up to the 20-second left mark.
Very even round again, Dave. It's hard to separate these guys.
They're both getting in big shots. The right hand of González particularly effective.
The right hand again from the Cuban. Cuban's finishing the round strong, Dave. Cool, it's ever so close. Ever so close.
Well, it's hard to split them at the moment. Marco Rudolph, 24 years of age. The current world rank number 2 amateur at lightweight by the IABA. Little nick on the lip. Julio González, 28 years of age. And ranked number 14 in the world. Still all to play for. No warnings to either boxer, I'm glad to say, so they can compete on equal terms. And that's almost like watching a pro corner at work, even though they can't do what the pros do.
Well, there's very little difference, apart from the adrenaline and the Vaseline. There's little difference between the cornermen, really. Advice is very, very important. Keeping your boxer cool, telling them to use the right tactics.
Round 4 of what is turning out to be an absorbing lightweight final between Marco Rudolph of Germany in red and Julio González of Cuba in blue. Hard to split them.
Yeah, very little difference between them. The German it suits the scoring system, Dave, I have to say. He's very strong when he comes up, and the punches that he is landing is jerking González's head back. And they're the ones that are looking impressive to the judges. You see a bit of head movement, and obviously a good right hand from González.
Get down. The right hand over the top of the guard. Compulsory 8 count.
Yeah, well, that's certainly swung in favour of the German now. With a round and a half to go, he's got it all to do, the Cuban now. That makes the whole difference.
Big round miss for Rudolph.
They're really punching with weight here, Dave. There's no fancy dance stuff here. They're really trying to render each other unconscious. This is big, heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Punching really solidly.
González bleeding quite heavily from the nose now. And of course, if your nose is blocked with blood, breathing becomes difficult, your jaw forced to hang open. That's the way to get a broken jaw. And González getting a little ragged now. Rudolph still very composed.
González is looking a little bit at 6s and 7s here. He's landed some scoring blows, but very close. Very close,
well,
but I got to get the German. Got to
yes.
give him a distinct advantage going into the last round.
Absolutely, that was a big round for Rudolph. They came out for round 4 pretty even, but that was a big round for the German. And again, let me just jog your memory about the scoring system. A knockdown scores no more points than an ordinary good, clean, solid shot. You just get 1 point whether you hit somebody and they fall down, or you hit somebody and they don't fall down. Not altogether sure I agree with that, but those are the rules.
Look at this knockdown. There's that right hand right underneath the chin. A beautiful shot. And what he was doing is he was throwing a good combination and square on against Rudolph. Walked him right onto that right hand, hit him right on the button, and bowled over González, the Cuban.
So what sort of advice would the Cuban corner be giving González now?
Well, what I would suggest is to keep away from don't circle onto his right hand, and just try and score more right hands and left uppercuts or left hooks. Got to throw more punches. He's got to finish this round on top.
Well, the reigning World Cup champion, Julio González of Cuba in blue. We could say in trouble now against Marco Rudolph of Germany. The German corner and the German team, confident, jubilant. The Cubans, in contrast, despondent and glum and quiet. It's sad, really, from González's viewpoint, that this is about his most lackluster performance at these entire championships. You see, the legs look dead. There's no bounce. There's no sparkle.
He doesn't look himself here. I mean, in the semi-final, he was exceptionally quick, very bouncy, and full of vigor and energy. But doesn't seem to be the same snap here at all. And you know what happens is you fight so many fights in these competitions like this, Dave. It really takes, wear and tear. We were talking yesterday off air when I was describing to you about the masseurs, having a very good masseur on the team. It's always important to have a good masseur so you can get a massage and you can get those muscles soft, because you feel as tight and sore after these difficult contests like this. You can go on for days, and these guys are going to fight the following day.
Well, Marco Rudolph, as this fight draws to its conclusion, he's bloodied González's nose, he split his lower lip, and it looks as though, to me at any rate, he's on his way to becoming Germany's first World Cup winner at these championships here in Bangkok.
Yeah, he just looks in control. More work has been done by the Cuban in this round. He's thrown more punches, but the German's trying to set him up for the big shot all the time. Good right hand from the Cuban. Again, a good right hand. The German responds with a little short right himself.
Last 10, too late for González.
I think you're right, Dave. I think it looks... it looks bad for the Cuban. The German looks to have done that.
Yes, all the whoops and the hollers, and you can see Rudolph is pretty sure he's won. The corner's pretty sure he's won. I'm pretty sure he's won. Question is, does the electronic scoring system think he's won? We shall find out very quickly. As always, the scoring system here being operated with super efficiency. The boys will come together, and we shall find out who the lightweight World Cup winner 1994 is. Rudolph has got it. 15 points to 11. Well, quite tight at the end, but I think the right man won, Barry.
Yeah, I think so too. The German just looked poised, he looked in control, and he was the stronger of the two and looked in control of the whole situation. Good win for him.
We'll take a break. Join us for the medal ceremony in just a moment.